It's widely believed that the housing market is about to implode, even worse than it did in 2008. I watch a lot of videos because I truly want to comprehend the viewpoint of someone who genuinely thinks that the market we're in is worse than 2008. These videos mostly serve as clickbait. There isn't much value in them, and all you hear is little huff and puff. There isn't really anything serious about it. However, a few videos make some rather good points, but they tend to focus on extremely uncommon worst case scenarios instead. In addition to discussing the worst case scenarios, I want to provide you some information about our current situation and what the past market has taught us back in 2008. It doesn't matter if you understand the cycles. So take all these forecasts with a grain of salt. The primary reason I created this YouTube channel was to inform you, the viewers, the sellers and buyers, about what I know and what I observe in the market. To accomplish this, I want to lay it out with actual data and facts that back up the idea I must share. So I posted a video back last week that delves deeper into the market crash data of 2008 and told you about what the market is doing back then versus now. I think it's merely a 5 minute video. If you have time, take a look at that as well. There are a lot of YouTube videos that are preaching optimism, and I should say I'm in that group because I'm optimistic. I want to be positive about what it says, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be someone out there.
Well, of course, you're a real estate agent. You're certainly going to say it's the right time to buy a house. It's always a good time to buy, right?
In the comments below, and I've seen similar remarks, and you are aware that real estate salespeople don't always say things to close a deal on a home. Just so you know, real estate agents don't care whether you buy a house or not because they are aware that you will eventually do so for the right house. So they merely want to develop a relationship with you. They are genuinely providing you excellent advice and being very honest with you. Numerous agents have experience and I've seen 2008 and they are in this market right now. You may be sure that they are aware of how the cycles operate. They recognize the optimism in every market they operate in. Thus, they will always advise you to purchase because it is what they believe in. It is not a sales plot or anything, or at least not the way I operate. My name is Sanjay. I'm a local realtor in the Orange County area, and I also help my clients in Riverside, parts of LA, and parts of San Diego. If you have any questions or need help or guidance, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help in any way possible. So let's get into the video today. I want to focus more on foreclosures today. Because if you have seen my past video, that kind of gives you a little bit of clarity of where the market is going and how many foreclosures are happening this year, or at least predicting, which are being foreclosed, and that's significantly low compared to back when we saw in 2010. There were like 2.9 million got foreclosed, and that in return got the home prices down 33% below than the market value. So what is a foreclosure? Foreclosure is a process by which a lender seizes and sells a property to the borrower as default on their mortgage payments. If the borrower is unable to bring the mortgage payments current or sell the property on their own, the lender can initiate the foreclosure process, which typically involves notice of default, notice of sale, public auction, and eviction. Let's get into the nitty-gritty details of it. Notice of default. The lender sends a notice to the borrower informing them that they are in default on their mortgage and outlining the steps they need to follow to get their payments correct. And notice of sale. If the borrower is unable to bring their payments correct, the lender can issue a notice of sale which announces that the property will be sold at a public auction. Public auction. The property is sold to the highest bidder at the public auction. If the property does not sell at the auction, it becomes the property of the lender. The lender takes the ownership of the property. Eviction. If the borrower is still living in the property after the foreclosure sale, the lender can file for an eviction to have the borrower removed from the property because all they care about is get their money back, and they're going to do everything possible in their power to make that happen. Foreclosure process can be very stressful and financially damaging for the borrower, and it can also have a negative impact on your credit score. If you're facing the possibility of foreclosure, it is important to consider all of your options and seek the advice of a qualified attorney or financial advisor for that matter. So, as a realtor, what should I do? And what should I advise my clients? So, as a realtor, I should let the client know the details of them and keep it very transparent. Advise them to meet with the respective person to get their questions answered. If there's anything legal aspect, I have resources which I can tap into. I can set up a three-way call, and that's exactly what I do in terms of all of my clients I've helped so far. So, throughout the process, I educate the homeowner about the options. It is important that the homeowners understand the options available to them so that they can make informed decisions about how to proceed. This may include options such as loan modification, short sale, or deed in lieu of foreclosure. Let me explain a little bit about what short sale is, first of all. So, a short sale is in real estate transaction in which the owner of the property sells it for less than the amount they owe on the mortgage. It is typically used as an alternative to foreclosure, which can be a lengthy and expensive process for the lender. In a short sale, the lender agrees to accept less than the full amount of the mortgage from the sale of the property, and the borrower is released from the obligation to pay the remaining balance. Short sales can be a good option for borrowers who are facing financial hardships and are unable to continue making payments, but they can have negative consequences for the borrower's credit score and may not always be approved by the lender. Um, so, that being said, let's move on to the next one. What is deed in lieu? So, how to explain this? Deed in lieu of foreclosure is let's say, let's say, a legal document that transfers ownership of a property from the borrower who has default on the mortgage to the lender. It is typically used as an alternative to the traditional foreclosure process, which can be time consuming and expensive for the lender. With a deed in lieu, the borrower voluntarily transfers the ownership of the property to the lender in exchange for the lender releasing them from their mortgage obligations. It is important to note that the borrower may still be responsible for any outstanding debt or fees associated with the mortgage, even after the deed in lieu is completed. So just so be aware of that. So throughout this process, I want to make sure like I provide value to the homeowner, right? Who's facing issues like this. So I want to make the homeowner understand the process. The foreclosure process can be confusing and overwhelming. And as a realtor, you can help the homeowner to understand what is happening and what they can expect at each step of the process. Assist the homeowner in finding resources. There are a number of resources available to homeowners facing foreclosure, such as housing counseling agencies, legal assistance, and financial assistance programs. And if you're looking for any of such things, feel free to reach out. I can see what I can do to tap into resources I know and get you the right answers you're looking for. Work with the homeowner to sell the property. As an agent, as a realtor, I want to make sure I can provide the best service possible. So if you're looking to sell the property and just cash out and not want to deal with this, that's totally fine. My duty is to let you know these are the options available, and you take your informed decisions. And it is also important to have open communication, and honest communication with the homeowner throughout the process. This can help to reduce their stress and ensure that they are fully informed about their options and the steps being taken to resolve the situation. And I've also seen where the lender has not responded to the customer, and the customer thinks,
Oh yeah, I'm all good. I applied for the loan modification. I'm waiting for the lender's approval. And guess what?
Fine. The auction is next week, and you haven't heard any word from the lender, and you're in big trouble, losing ownership of the property, and also it's going to affect your credit score. Let's just say you haven't not heard anything back from the lender, and you're only a couple of days away from auction. You should get in touch with a good real estate agent who can tap into the resources like myself, so they can help you out in issues like this and see what they can do to help you. So circling back, what is an auction? When a home is scheduled for a public auction, it means that the lender plans to sell the property in an effort to recover the unpaid balance of the mortgage. The auction will typically take place at a designated location, such as the county courthouse or a conference center, which is open to the public. At the auction, the property will be sold to the highest bidder. The lender has the right to set a minimum bid amount, which is typically equal to the outstanding balance of the mortgage plus any fees and costs associated with the foreclosure process. If the property does not receive any bids that meets the minimum amount, it may be sold to the lender or another party after the auction. That's just what it is, like you have drained all your days, you waiting, and it's time for the lender to take the property back. And if you're the borrower and your home is scheduled for an auction, it is important to understand that you may lose ownership of the property if it is sold at the auction. If you're interested in keeping the property, you may be able to work with the lender to come up with a plan to bring your mortgage payments current or negotiate a short sale or deed in lieu of foreclosure. It is also possible to try to sell the property by hiring an agent and who can sell you the property, and also you can cash out, be done with it. Or it is important to seek the advice of a qualified attorney or financial advisor to understand your options and protect your rights. And I want to explain a little bit about a couple of scenarios what I went with in terms of a couple of my clients who had issues. So one of my clients had issues with HOA, and hence I was able to help them in a way. Well, first of all, I understood what their problem was. They're not looking to sell, but that doesn't mean I can't help them. So, and I understood what their problem was. He's genuinely looking to get some help from an attorney, and I have a bunch of attorneys I can reach out to help my clients. And that's exactly what I did. I set up a three-way call, and I made sure like I understood what my client was looking for, and I gave a synopsis or a little short version of it to the attorney. And then I set up a three-way call, worked at a time. Three of us jumped on the call, and we hashed out the details. Attorney was asking questions to the client, and the client is answering. And now, the issue is resolved with the HOA. And that's what happens, like, but end of the day, I'm not getting paid for anything. This is just a service I'm offering to people who are in issues like this, and that's what kind of gives people enough happiness in your life. Where, oh, I actually saved a family. That in itself gives you enough boost for your day. You know, I believe, I truly believe, when you do good things to people, good things will, like, tenfold is going to come back to you. And that's what I believe in. I want to make sure like I provide quality service and be truthful to my client by providing the service they're looking for. And if I can't help in any way, then I'm going to tap into resources where I can mm, ask them about what my client is looking for. And if I can't talk about legal aspect of it, then I'm gonna set up a call or have the attorney reach out or my client reach out to the attorney and see what they can do. Um, and same thing goes with another client of mine who was going through a similar situation, where he was working with a private party, and they were just saying, yeah, we got this covered, and yeah, we got it. And then for 6 months into that, they have not stopped the foreclosure. They have not done a single thing. And guess what? His auction was next week. And knowing the situation, I understood what he's looking for and what his situation was, and why why he was not able to make payments. And now it's time for me to be uh, a good citizen, good real estate professional in terms of explaining him what my client is looking for, and did the same thing. And the lender was not cooperating, and now we have, I don't want to get too much into the details of the information, but end of the day, we got 6 months, 6 months of leeway for my client to kind of figure out what he wants to do. He's not looking to sell, which is totally fine by me. Like I said, I want to provide good service for my clients, good and best service. So if you're looking for anything, any such thing for you where you're already working with something but you're not seeing results, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to understand what's going on and see what I can do. If I can help you in any way, I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure like you're talking to the right person. I'm gonna see I'm gonna definitely see what I can do to make sure like who you can talk to get your questions answered. So if you're one of them, don't know where you're heading towards, if the lender is not cooperating or you're not seeing results, you're gonna see my information down below. Feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to talk to you to provide best services possible. Thank you again for watching this video. And if for some reason, if there's any thing you want me to shed light on in terms of this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to uh, publish another video based on that content and provide best services possible. All right, thank you so much. You all have a wonderful day.